Hello, everyone. Welcome to today's episode. For those who are new here, my name is Gosa. I'm medical doctor, health and life coach. And today I'm so excited to have a very special guest here, a personal trainer, fitness model, and influencer, my friend Leo Federico. Welcome.
Hello. Thank you. Thank
Hello.
you.
Thank you. Please introduce yourself.
So my name is Leo Figueredo. I understand that we're from different countries, so it's
Yeah.
okay. I'm here to correct it. I'll probably mispronounce your last name too. So
Yeah. So sorry about
yeah.
that. I practiced.
What's your last name?
Oh my god, it's so hard. Kolampur.
Kolampur.
Yeah,
You see? Look, there you go.
it's so hard.
That is hard. That was hard.
Okay. So, first of all, I want to ask a little bit about your background. How did you get to the fitness training and where did you start?
Thank you for the question. So I started off actually a member at the gym. My mom signed me up when I was 16 years old. I was a teenager in high school. I was a little fat boy, and she signed me up in the gym. She actually hired a fitness trainer for me to guide me and also teach me the ways of the gym, the exercises, the machines, and I got very good at it. Like I worked out with her like twice a week for like a month, and I was like jotting down all the notes and I was taking much advantage as I could. I asked her a ton of questions. I drove her nuts because I had ADHD, so I was all over the place. 16 years old, and I lost in that month. I lost like 20 pounds, and
Wow.
in total, my fitness journey, like it was 3 months. I went down up to like 50 pounds and total body transformation. And the general manager of the gym actually approached me. He saw my change and he offered me the job. So I wasn't of age because here in America, you got to be 18 and over to get a job in most places, right? So right when I turned 18, I got hired at working at the gym, and I was working for that gym for 10 years, and then they got bought out by another gym, and I left, and I've been on my own since 2011. I opened my company, and I've been doing it on my own ever since.
Wow, perfect. Perfect. It was inspiring. So,
Yeah.
what kind of clients do you usually work with? It's like fitness models mostly, or people who are seeking weight loss?
So my clientele base is pretty overall. Like I work with all body types, fitness, different fitness backgrounds. I have people that are into sports. I have also people like people that are overweight. But most of my clients now, my newest client's been with me for 2 years and they're already fit. So like all my people that I've been with have been with me for a long time, so they're mostly fit. But I usually get people overweight and I get them in good shape. And so my clientele is pretty much, it ranges from fitness models to like stay home mom, or like a busy entrepreneur too. I work with CEOs, I work with politicians. So I have different fitness levels, so I create my program. It could work for an athlete, but I could also simplify it enough for someone that's never worked out, and I get them to an athlete level. So,
Mhm.
I create endurance, I create muscle on them. So depending, and I create a lifestyle. So like I said, my newest clients have been with me for 2 years, and the longest active clients been with me for over 12.
Wow. Okay, okay, good. So, for someone that wants to get fit, what is your first step doing?
So for someone that wants to get fit, like for example, let's give you an example. Someone has never worked out a day in their life.
Mhm.
So I will tell them, I'll recommend for them to start at least once to twice per week to create that
The
habit of
consistency habits,
exercising and the
yeah.
consistency. Because where a lot of people make a lot of mistakes, they work out 5 days a week, 6 days a week, and they work out 2 or 3 hours, and then after a couple of weeks they're burnt out. So the
Yeah.
key is creating the habit, creating that schedule that you can make it to the gym. So I say once or twice a week, because that should be enough. Even once a week, I have clients that work out with me once a week, and they get results no matter what. So as long as they do once a week minimum, is better than no working out at all, right? So just by
Mhm.
doing that, it's going to increase their lifespan, and also it's going to better their quality of life. So what I recommend someone once or twice a week to strength train, and also cardiovascular, try to do at least like 10,000 steps a day for the
Mhm.
cardiovascular, and just really focus on strength training, because the cardiovascular, if you walk a lot and all that, you don't really need to do the treadmill or elliptical. That to me is all like baloney. Is all commercialized. Oh, you gotta do spinning, you gotta do all this, cardio, like the stairmaster and all that. I think all that is too much. The most important part, key component for everybody, I recommend, is strength training. And walking is essential, like, and you could do your
Yeah.
cardiovascular, you could get in shape
Be
by
active
doing,
during the day.
yeah. So at
Yeah,
least 10,000 steps a day, and that should be good enough.
I understand. And how do you go with the nutrition part? Like how strict you go with your clients?
So it depends on what the client wants. If, let's say someone wants to lose 10 pounds, I'll say you could lose 10 pounds in a month, or you could lose it in 3 months. So it depends on how hard you focus on your diets, how many times a week are you training. So if somebody wants to lose 10 pounds like in a month, I'll tell them to cut carbohydrates, cut sugars, strength train at least twice a week, like that, and also do the cardiovascular, like the steps. And you could lose that 10 pounds easily in a month by cutting carbohydrates, cutting, sugars and stuff like that. You could definitely lose that quick, especially if they're overweight. For someone
Mhm.
that's, thin, it's gonna be harder, but for someone that's overweight, they lose it quicker.
Exactly.
So by doing that, you know, and for sure you could lose it. But if you're like you're training, if you want to do a photo shoot and you have like 2 weeks to prepare, I'll have them do intermittent fasting. So they fast for 16 hours and then they eat. And by doing that, your body is forced to use the fat storage as energy. So you could drop in like 2 or 3 days, like 5 pounds.
Yeah, I
So
agree.
so
I'm a big
depending
fan of
on
fasting too.
yeah, so it depends on what the client wants. Like if you want to look like a bikini model, or you're just doing it for health reasons. So
Understand.
I create the program depending on what they want. So
Okay.
that's like a little example of what I do.
And like with the weight loss topic, how do you like what's your take on Ozempic? I know that it's so trend like worldwide now and in US as well. So what's your take on that?
Okay, Ozempic, it actually
Do you
came
have
out
any
as a drug.
clients that they are using Ozempic?
Yeah, so it came out as a drug for diabetes, and then they found this discovery like, oh, these people are dropping weight, and then they incorporated. There's no real, well, no,
Yeah.
there's no
And
long term
it's not
side
just
effect.
Ozempic and it's like other GLP-1 like drugs as well. Like it's not just Ozempic.
Yeah, there's Moderna and all the other ones. Yeah,
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah.
So that originated as a medication, and then they opened it to the public eye for them to do it as recreational, right? So for that, when somebody's on Ozempic, you got to be actually more strict on your strength training and also your eating. Why? Because if you're not strength training, you could also lose muscle mass because you're not eating enough
Exactly.
protein and all that. So it could be dangerous for like for your bones and all that. So your bone density will drop if you're not eating enough protein, you're not strength training. So it's actually very important for them to do that while they're on Ozempic, because they're not eating enough. Sometimes you undereat, and it could actually, you could deplete muscle. So you actually have to be even more on top of the food, on the quality of food. I have clients that were on it, and I got them off on it. They don't take it anymore. So I have people that do it. If they need to lose quick 10 pounds, whatever, they'll do it, especially have the funds for it. But to me, it's very reliable, and especially
Mhm.
somebody that really needs it, as somebody that's obese. I'll
Mhm.
definitely recommend it for them. For them to help them lose weight quicker. So it just depends on the person and how the severity of their obesity. You know,
Yeah.
And if you do the old fashioned way, you don't have to take it. So, like, but Ozempic, it could be abused or it could be, life saving, for somebody that's
Exactly.
obese, that, has diabetes, someone that's, or borderline diabetic, right? That could avoid all that. So it's a wonder drug. It's a miracle drug, but it doesn't work for everyone either. So it just depends on if they have any type of conditions, any type of eating disorders,
Exactly.
insulin resistance. So it just depends on those people, and thyroid issues. Some women have thyroid issues too. So sometimes that won't even work. So it just depends on the person.
Yeah, I totally agree. And it should be combined with the like shifting the mindset as well, because I know that when people take off the Ozempic, they might the weight might come back. So they need to shift the lifestyle, they need to do the strength training not to lose the muscles. The whole lifestyle needs to be changed, but the tool itself is a good tool.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. I definitely recommend if they need that push, that jump start, or they're really obese and they need that extra push.
Yeah, I agree. Okay, so for someone that is struggling for years for losing weight and like come back and not be able to build this habit of going to gym and like struggling with all of this combination of like having a healthy lifestyle, going to gym, doing the exercises, what is your approach to this kind of clients?
So people that want to establish like a routine.
Yeah, kind of. People that if they come to you and they say like I always go to gym, after 2 months I like leave or I don't continue.
So people that have lack of motivation being consistent.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah.
So I actually do well with people that have worked out and not see results, because
Mhm.
they probably do like the same workout routine over and over. And I would recommend them to either, change it up, like instead of, like they do like the typical bodybuilder, then you could look into other forms of exercises, like for example TRX that I use a lot. That's the resist the those are like the body weight bands or resistance bands or kettlebells. By changing that routine, it's going to shock the muscles in the body, and then they'll start seeing results
Hmm.
by changing the method of their exercises. That's probably why they hit a plateau and then they don't want to work out anymore. They don't see any changes. They give up. So by switching their style of training, that's going to help them get motivated again.
I understand. Okay. Okay, thank you so much. So is there anything that you want to share and I didn't ask?
If I want to share, like,
Mm. About your whole experiences, about your clients, do you have any story that you want to share with, because I don't know about like your work experiences that much.
okay, let me see a story. Let me see. Let me think of a
Like
story.
to not being so.
Okay, I have a story for you. So I had a lady that she didn't tell me why she wanted to work out. She's like, I really need to get in shape and blah blah, blah and all that. And she actually was going through a divorce.
Mm.
She was going through a divorce. She got into depression. She didn't eat. So I actually put 10 pounds of muscle on her, right? And I built her up, and she wanted to look good for an actual court hearing to get divorced. And then they saw each other after like 6 months, and he
And
actually proposed to her again.
oh my god.
So yeah,
She
she changed her
accepts.
whole body type, and yeah, she accepted. Like I thought that was a nice story. Like it's kind of like they had a fallout. They've been together since they were really young, and then
Mm.
the falling out, and then she totally changed her life around. He saw her again, and they rekindled.
Nice.
So
Nice.
yeah.
Okay, okay. Thank you so much. Do you want to share anything about How can people find you? Do you have like any online services, or it's just based in your place, your location?
So I do online coaching. I train people
Mhm.
all over the world. Like if you need coaching, I definitely could, create your workout routines. I have clients all over. So, I don't have to be there physically. And I'll do check-ins, like, I'll do a Zoom call or whatever, once a week. I do the online coaching. And I could create workout routines and all that for the clients. So I do that. I do one-on-one. I'm also a nutritionist. I also create, I do nutrition counseling so they get educated on the type of foods that they eat. And depending on their results, I do that with them as well. And yes, I am in all the social medias under XCore Miami. That's my company
Wow.
name. Yeah. So under XCore Miami, you could look it up, XCore underscore MIA in all platforms.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Okay, I appreciate your time. I know you have a very busy schedule, and I
Yeah.
appreciate that. Thank you so much.
Oh, thank you.
Okay, for everyone, I will put Leo's all social media platform in the description. You can find him online for the coaching and nutrition and everything. And thank you, everyone, and have a nice weekend. Bye bye.